I believe you can see my screen now. Hello and welcome everyone at the third workshop on developing your sustainability strategy plans. Today's session will be recorded for those who are not able to attend. Today, we will focus on two key steps: completing your baseline assessment and defining your NF's activities. We will use the activity matrix, a central part of the EEF strategy creator tool. This process will help you understand what your federation is doing now and organize your activities in a clear and structured way for the future. A baseline is the starting point of your federation. It gives you a truthful picture of where you stand today, what is already working well, what is only partly in place, and what has not yet been developed. It shows what data you currently have, what information is missing, what risks or obligations you must consider, and what opportunities you can build on. Without this honest snapshot, it is impossible to design an effective sustainability strategy. A strong baseline assessment matters because helps your federation make decisions that are realistic and focused. It prevents you from repeating work that already exists and ensures that your strategy aligns with the sustainability development goals and any regulatory requirements you must follow. By understanding your current strengths, you can build on what already works, while also identifying important gaps and risks that need attention. With this solid foundation, we can later set smart, measurable targets that are meaningful, achievable, and grounded in real data. To define your baseline categories, you explore all the main areas where the federation has an impact. This includes horse and human welfare and safety, environmental management, education and culture, event operation, administration and governance, and communication and transparency. Assessing each of these fields gives a full view of how the federation operates today and where improvement is possible. When mapping your baseline in the EEF Strategy Creator tool, each activity is reviewed through a set of core questions. Do we currently do this? How consistently is it done? Who is responsible? What evidence or data do we have? What is missing? What needs improvement? And all this analysis links directly to the activity matrix and prepares the ground for setting priorities. The activity matrix is a practical tool that helps national federations identify and organize the main activities that influence sustainability within the organization. It encourages you to think about two important dimensions. First, the areas where your federation has direct control, and the second, the areas where you may not control everything, but where you can still influence others. Like clubs, event organizers, athletes, or partners. Provides a clear overview of what the NF actually does across governance and administration, sport management, education, national teams, event organization, communication, and community partnerships. Before completing the matrix, it is helpful to discuss these fields within your working group and place them into the correct section of the first column. This ensures a shared understanding and a structured starting point. To use the activity matrix well, it is important to first understand what each field is asking you to look at. Each column focuses on a different part of the activity. What the activity is, description, how it is currently carried out, how much control the federation has, and whether it has an environmental impact. You also look at what evidence is already available and where there may be room for improvement. By reviewing each step one by one, you build a clear and complete picture of the activity. This action makes it much easier to identify priorities and then decide on the next actions. Understanding your level of influence is especially important. If the federation controls an activity, change can happen quickly. If influence is limited, progress may require collaboration with others or more time. Knowing this helps you make realistic decisions and focus efforts where they can have true impact. To complete the matrix, you can list all activities in the first column. Then work row by row, describing how each activity functions today, the level of influence you have, its impact, the evidence available, and the potential improvement. Discuss each activity with your team and use insight from earlier feedback to make your analysis accurate and complete. You can use data received from your stakeholders as described in a previous session. I have an example here from the horse welfare part. The horse welfare example shows how an activity is mapped in the matrix. You identify the activity. Here in the example is training. We use training as an example. Described what is currently done, review which welfare topics it touches, and then suggest actions for improvement. This makes it easy to see strengths and opportunities for growth. What the matrix reveals, the matrix not only provides a complete operational picture, but also highlights where sustainability is already present, where improvements are needed, and where your actions can have the greatest effect. It exposes also risks and gaps, helping you decide which areas need more focus. When moving to goal setting, start with the activities that have the highest impact and strongest influence. Identify weaknesses or missing evidence, define the outcome you want to achieve, and then create a SMART goal. Link its goal to indicators and baseline data so progress can be monitored later. A SMART goal is a goal that is clear and easy to measure. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This means your goal should explain exactly what you want to do, include a way to measure progress, be realistic for your federation, connect to your overall strategy, and have a clear deadline. Using SMART goals helps you move from general ideas to concrete actions that you can track and achieve. This example table shows how a national federation can organize its goals across the different pillars of social responsibility. For community engagement, the federation may aim to build stronger partnerships, increase local participation, and create youth programs. Under inclusivity, the federation can ensure that training activities include principles of equality, diversity, and inclusion, and remain accessible to everyone. For ethical governance, the federation may include ethical guidance within education and training programs and ensure that proper practices are followed when working with young riders. The safety and well-being pillar may focus on updated well-being modules and annual campaigns that support the mental and physical health of riders. Finally, under social development, the federation can highlight the positive value that the sport brings to society and develop youth programs that build important life skills through positive horsemanship. Together, these goals illustrate how a national federation can create a clear and structured approach to achieving a positive social impact. The outcome of the described process is that you will have all the information you need to build two key parts of your sustainability strategy. First, you will be able to clearly describe your federation's activities, what you are responsible for and where you have influence. And second, you will be able to define the goals linked to each of these areas. Together, these two sections form the foundation of your strategy and show how your daily work connects to meaningful sustainability commitments. Thank you. I'll stop share my screen to discuss a bit about the activity matrix. Share my screen to discuss a bit about the activity matrix. I would like to ask you if you have started